Welcome back to the 2024 Progressive Insurance King of the Hammers, presented by Nitto Tires, powered by Optima Batteries. Today is the Everyman Challenge qualifier, and on screen is the 1717 of Johnny Valadez with Aaron Kaiser riding shotgun out of Agua Dulce, California, with Telemetry Motorsports and that Bomber chassis, LS3 Power Glide transmission, Atlas, Trail Ready, Mickey Thompson, North-South Machinery, Radflow, Optima, Amsoil, East Coast Gear, All Terrain Concepts, EDM Performance, and Technical Manufacturing West. This first race was 1 year ago here at the 2023 King of the Hammers. There's Jeff Martin coming into town. He'll be heading through the Bronco Arch here very soon. Two fast cars out on course at the same time.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of really good qualifiers so far this afternoon, Miles, but no one has put any pressure on Kent Fultz with that 8:21.
Brent Harrell had it, but he decided to skip out back door. Oh, here we go. On car with Johnny Valadez.
There we go. Look at that. That's great footage inside that car, watching these guys go through the desert.
That's awesome. His daughter Hunter will be making her King of the Hammers debut tonight during the Youth 170 race. I think you and Pam will be calling that one, Ian.
We will be. Yeah, we'll be back up in the booth for that. Right now we are watching Jeff Martin come back into town. We'll get a time from him. It looks like he's going to be in on that 9-minute mark.
This is a pretty good run. This could be a top 10 looking like. And that Brannick Motorsports chassis. Just got that from Jody Ford just a few months ago. That car's been around a long time, but it's a cool car. Ryan Taylor's going to be in Power Hour later on this morning. He's just chilling and doing his homework, watching the lines develop.
All right, looks like Jeff Martin came in at around that 9:30 mark.
And that puts him in 8th position. That's a perfect place for old Jeff Martin.
That is a good spot to be in, but we still have a lot of cars to get through today, Miles.
Yeah, 162 in total. You don't have to qualify. You can take a rear start. The 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class and the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class will be intermixed, and then we'll start the Curry Enterprise Stock class after them as they qualify, and then whoever doesn't qualify takes a rear start. But if you do DNF, you do start in front of those people that didn't even try.
You can see Johnny checking up at the top of that hill, slowing down a little bit, trying to get lined up. That is a pretty serious drop, as we've talked about before, and it's a blind drop when you come up over the top. It's kind of sketchy to see. You kind of really want to rely on your, if you've done any pre-running, we've seen people carry a lot of speed over there, but if you go into a blind, it can get you a little off guard when you come up over the top. Now he's down into the rocks, heading down into Resolution, where he'll run down through Resolution and come out the bottom. Looks like he's heading into Resolution right around that 6-minute mark, which is pretty middle of the pack time that we've seen so far today. And then who is that in our in picture there, Miles? Is that Dustin Eisenhower?
Dustin Eisenhower, yeah. Yep. He's transformed his 4400 car into a 4800 car, if I remember correctly.
So Dustin's working his way through that washed out section just outside Hammertown. You got to kind of pick your way through that before you get to kind of drop into the flat here that he's coming up on. As in our big screen, we watch Johnny Valadez make his way down through Resolution. You can see our recovery crews popped up along the side of that trail, ready to recover anyone who needs help. Picking his way down through the end of Resolution. This is kind of near the end of the trail. And they have to make the decision. We've seen people take both lines here, both left and right. Looks like he's opted to stay to his left.
I think that's more. Oh, and then he last second changes the right. I do think the straight up and over on the left, his left side's a little quicker, and then you just kind of float over the top. But like I said, it's kind of like a roller coaster. You can't see where you're going, so you just have to trust it and make it happen.
Yeah, you kind of got to just push your way over the top there. And honestly, you get into those rocks, there's a little bit more traction than dropping into that sand and getting caught up in those ruts. But he comes out the bottom carrying a lot of speed, which is good to see. And now we're going to see which way Johnny goes. Now they're at the bottom of Resolution. Looks like
Back door it is.
headed over to back door, which is great.
Need to give a huge shout out to Can-Am, Ford, Bronco, Monster Energy, Optima Batteries, Nitto Tires, Progressive Insurance, Sylvania Off-Road, Griffin Race Radiators, AMSOIL, PCI Race Radio, CA Technologies, Furman Generators, King Shocks, LaserNut, Beast Unleashed, Pacifico, Share My Coach, Factor 55. So please support who supports the sport. For all those wonderful marketing partners who would not be racing here today for the Everyman Challenge Qualifier.
Johnny comes out the bottom of the drop there clean, which is good to see. Probably switched it back into 4 high there to carry him out the bottom. And from there back to town, it's about a 2-minute push for him. So we'll have to put about a 2-minute clock and he'll be coming back into town. About 1 minute from here, from where he is on course to the top of the Bronco Arch, and then 1 minute from the arch back into town.
Great split times in. You've been in here for quite a while, and you're getting really tuned in.
We've been doing the math in it, Miles. It's kind of fun when you get in here, and now that all goes out the window tomorrow with the 4400 cars because everyone is going to be at a different speed coming through these sections, so it's going to be a lot harder to split time those guys. But the nice thing about the 4800 cars and even the 4500 cars, they are very evenly matched when it comes out of the rocks and gets into the desert.
Yeah, we saw Kyle Cheney with a 726 jumping down back door. I do not think we'll see that today, but I think we could see a 4400 car tomorrow jumping down.
I'm looking at Lauren Healy for that, and if he doesn't
he
do
likes
it,
the highlight reel, that's for sure.
I'll be very sad for myself if I don't see him jump down back door. I expect Lauren always puts on a show. He understands that he knows how to play the game.
Checkers or wreckers.
Yeah, he also knows that, we talked about it yesterday. We still talk about that time we watched him drop off the cliff in that Bronco.
During qualifying, that 3 or 4 years ago? Maybe 5.
And I think he knows how to play the game well. I think we'll see him launch over a couple of those big jumps, which will be awesome to see. And I bet you we'll see him power down through back door, which will be awesome. So while we watch this last little group of qualifiers come through here, Miles, let's get, I haven't had a chance to put you on the spot yet. Let's pick a couple winners.
For what?
Well, let's start with.
I'm winning. I'm winning right now.
We're both winning, Miles. We're just getting paid to sit in the booth and talk about race cars. Let's talk about tomorrow. Let's talk about the qualifiers we're qualifying today. So, who would you like to see in 4800, 4500, and 4600? What do we got here?
It's a stacked field. Everybody always tries to put me on the spot. And I'm just a fan of off-road in general, so I love everybody. But Power Hour is going to be interesting. It's going to be hard to catch up with Kent Fultz, Brent Harrell, Michael Kelly, and a few of those.
I don't want qualifying winner. I want overall winner.
Jeremy Jones is always hard to beat. Ryan Taylor right up front. It's been one that's been fun to watch. I'm excited to see Dan Wyrick's new 4500 car take off. Him and Paul Wolf are going to be sharing driving duties there.